So you're starting university. You know what that means, right? A lot of reading. And sometimes you open up one of those big academic books and it feels like you're trying to read a completely different language. But what if I told you there are 4 simple strategies that can help you read with way more confidence? Well, in this explainer, we're going to unlock those skills. Let's dive in.
You open a brand new textbook for a class, and wow, it is just full of words you have never seen before. That feeling, where it all just seems like too much, that is completely normal. I promise almost every student feels that way, so you are definitely not alone.
So what's your first move when you hit a word you don't know? For a lot of us, it's to stop, pull out our phone, and look it up in a dictionary, right? And hey, that seems like the right thing to do. But it can really break your focus and slow you way down.
But here's the thing. Becoming a better, faster reader isn't really about owning a bigger dictionary. It's about having smarter strategies. We're going to go through a few simple tricks that will help you read faster and, honestly, understand a whole lot more.
Okay, so here are the 4 power tools we're going to cover today. First, we'll learn to find clues that are hiding right there in the text. Then, we'll see how to break tricky words into smaller, easier pieces. After that, we'll become word detectives and guess the meanings. And finally, we'll talk about how to use a dictionary the smart way.
Let's start with strategy number 1, finding nearby clues. This is all about looking at the words around the difficult word to figure out what it means.
Okay, so your first instinct might be to stop reading. But I want you to try the opposite. Keep reading, just for a sentence or two. A lot of times the writer has built a little bridge for you. This bridge could be a quick example or even a short definition to help you understand.
Take a look at this sentence, bioluminescence. That sounds like a pretty complicated word. But look what comes right after it. For instance, how certain jellyfish and fungi glow in the dark. And just like that, you know exactly what it means. No dictionary needed. The clue was right there.
All right, let's move on to our second strategy, breaking words apart. This time, instead of looking around the word for clues, we're going to look inside the word itself.
Now, the fancy term for this is word morphology, but don't worry about that. The idea is actually super simple. Think of words like Legos. They're built from smaller blocks. If you know what the little blocks mean, you can usually figure out what the whole word means.
Let's try it with the word deconstruction. We can break it into 3 parts. The prefix, de, usually means down or undo. The root word is construct, which means to build. And the suffix, ion, just means the process of. So put it all together, the process of undoing a building. It means to take something apart. See? It's just like snapping Lego blocks together. Okay, time for strategy number 3. For this one, you get to be a word detective. This is all about using logic to make a good, educated guess about what a word means. As a word detective, your best tool is context. You know, all the words and sentences around the mystery word. And here's a really important tip. You don't always need to know the exact dictionary definition. If you can just get the general idea, the gist of the paragraph, that's often good enough to keep reading.
Let's try it out. Imagine you're reading about economic growth, and you see words like prosperity. Then you see the word flourishing. Even if you have never seen that word before, the other words like growth and prosperity are very positive, so you can guess that flourishing also means something good, like growing well or being successful.
And finally, our last strategy. Let's talk about the dictionary. It is a great tool, of course, but the key is to use it wisely. Think of it as your final option, not your first choice.
So how do you know when it's really time to use the dictionary? Just ask yourself 3 simple questions. First, is this a key word? Does it seem really important to the main idea? Second, does this word keep showing up over and over again? And third, is the sentence just impossible to understand without it? If you answer no to these, it's probably better to just keep reading and stay in the flow.
Think about your reading rhythm. It's really inefficient to stop every single time you find a new word. It just breaks your concentration. A much more efficient way to do it is to just highlight or circle the words you don't know. Then, when you finish the chapter, you can go back and look them all up at once. This keeps your reading smooth and focused.
And there you have it, 4 really powerful strategies to put in your academic toolkit. These aren't just ideas, they are actual skills you can start using with your very next reading assignment. So let's do a super quick review. Strategy 1, keep reading to look for clues and examples. Strategy 2, break the word itself into smaller parts. Strategy 3, be a detective and use the context to make a good guess. And strategy 4, use your dictionary, but use it strategically.
The more you practice these strategies, the more you'll notice that you're not only reading faster, but you're also remembering new words a lot better because you learn them from the story. And maybe the best part is, you'll start to feel way more confident when you sit down to read.
So the next time you open a textbook, I have a little challenge for you. Which one of these 4 tools are you going to try to use first? Thanks so much for watching, and happy reading!